Hello everyone, this is part 2 of the Pirate Village in Pirate Haven, and today I will be working on some more houses. But I will also put in a flag right near the end of this episode. Like I said last episode, I really wanted to do that, so stay tuned if you want to see that, and it looks pretty cool if I say so myself. But first, for this house, I wanted to try something else, and I could go on in the style I was doing before this, but a new style would be good, you know. A real village or town isn't built in a day either, so by putting in some different houses, it will look more like this place was developed over time, and certainly when you later on combine styles. But yeah, here just trying to see what I wanted to do for the walls here, and I knew I wanted more wood and something more with the stone trim instead of the walls I was using before this, and a little bit of a color difference because of that, because it was just blending in all too much, and I should go back to some of these houses later and just change it up a little bit. But yeah, this door is turning into one of my favorite objects to work with because the color is a little bit different, and you can use the back as well as the front like you've seen with the roofs. But since I'm using this for the wall, I will do something different for the roofs this time. But yeah, I think the door looks good in many different ways. You can use it in many different ways, and I will probably be using it often from this point on. We'll have to see how that goes. Here, just trying to hide the lighter color of these doors because I didn't really like how it was overlapping, but I will change it again because at this point I wasn't really satisfied with it yet. Also, the shape is just to see how it will look in full. So I made the entrance to these buildings a little bit higher because I want to make this a town square at some point. Because it's really not that realistic to have a path over grass for the whole park, and not sure if I will do that right away because it would mean that I would have to use the roof tiles as a floor to make a square, and that would maybe limit me a little bit in how the rest of these houses have to be built. And I don't know if you can hear that, but that is my cat going a little bit crazy, scratching on the couch. Stop it, kitty. But yeah, I was saying that it might limit me a little bit in how these houses have to be built, because I will have to connect everything to those roof tiles, you know, to make it look right. Um, Also, I would have to try to avoid texture glitches, and yeah, that would not be that easy, maybe not even doable. So I kind of hope we will get something in Alpha 3 for that. Not sure. I think Frontier mentioned something about being able to make a plaza or square at some point, so can't be sure though. But yeah, I just hope we will be able to do something with that soon in a better way than using the roof tiles, since it's clearly not meant for that. So here we have the final shape of this structure, and I just noticed it's the exact same shape as the one above this one. Oh well, it will look quite different in the end, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, just here making the entrance, and I use the red door because it will give it just a little bit color, and I wish there was something more we could combine with this, like maybe some windows with the same red in it. But yeah, you're just adding these stone posts, and I'm still not sure if that is the name, but I will call it that from now on, so you will understand what I'm saying. And yeah, just to tie in a little bit of the stone trim at the bottom, and it will look a little bit better. So now for the roof, I made this on a separate grid again so I can copy large pieces over. And first I thought I maybe wanted to build this on top of the blue roof, but I wanted to make something that was maybe not really finished. It basically looks a little bit like, I don't know what the term is, but like the foundation where the roof tiles would be laid on top of. Not that I know how that would look, but it really isn't meant to be realistic, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, just here trying to figure out how I want to do this, and I wanted to hide this reddish wooden look because I didn't really like how that looked, not this for this build at least. So yeah, just trying to lay this out right and see if it will fit right, and it does, but because of the amount of overlapping objects in this, it's a little bit harder to hide, but it works out pretty well in the end. And yeah, the next house is in the same style as the ones before again, just to make this feel like one village, a very small one at that, but because like I said in the last episode, I wasn't sure if to call this a village or a town, but I think it's turning out to be a village connected to a town, so whatever works, right? But yeah, I want to put in some shops soon, maybe make a restaurant again, and so they will actually walk through this part. And maybe make a coaster station in here somewhere, because something needs to happen over this water area and Skull Island. So when I made this, I at least knew that I wanted a coaster to go over the water. So not sure yet what kind of structure that will be, but it's definitely something I want to do. I think that should look great because it's in the back side of the park, and you will see the coaster go over the water from all the way in the back, and yeah, should make you feel like you want to walk through this whole park just to get to Skull Island coaster. Let's call it that, Skull Island coaster. That's probably something I want to keep in there. It just popped in my head, so I'm not really good at naming things, so let's just keep that. Unless you guys have a better idea, of course, then you can always leave a comment and let me know, and maybe I will pick one of those that you guys are probably way better at naming stuff. So that would help out a bunch. But yeah, that is about all I have to say for this part, and after this I will be building another house, and that is in the same style as the others again, so it will fit in nicely. And after that I want to tell you a bit about what I did for the flat ride. So yeah, I will see you there. So here I am again, and I started working on this area over here where the flat ride will be. And as you can see, I'm still having trouble with the terrain and the path. And it's so annoying that you just can't lay out the path and then use the terrain tool to adjust the terrain underneath it. And when the terrain is too low, the path will stick to it, so it's so hard to get it right. But I got it eventually, and then I realized that I should use the queue line for this, so I had to change it once more, but it was a little bit easier than the first time because the terrain was already in the right spot. So yeah, this worked out so well. Before these first few houses I did were just in the background and you couldn't walk over there, and that bothered me a little, but this way it feels like it's more part of the ride and you're actually walking through a village instead of it just being there in the background. So that worked out really well, and yeah, now just laying out a bunch of rocks, and there will be a lot of them. And after that I will put in a lot of foliage. Like I said from the start of the series, as we go deeper into the park, I wanted to feel more and more overgrown. And yeah, here on the left side, this empty area over here, I will probably put in some more houses, but maybe work on the town area a little before that. I'm not sure yet. I have to see where it takes me the next time I'm building, which I will start doing right after this. So I'm not done with Planet Coaster for today. I'm actually really pumped to get on with this and see what we can come up with next. And yeah, that is it for this episode, and this one is a little shorter than the rest, and sometimes it just turns out like that, but I feel like this is a good time to work on a few other things before I see exactly where it would fit to put in some more houses. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and yeah, if you want to know exactly when the episodes are uploaded, we have Twitter and Facebook now, so if you want to stay up to date, be sure to follow us on there as well. Also, I will start a new series soon, and that will be The Sims 4, so if you're interested in that, I will let you guys know when that will be, and I will post that on Twitter and Facebook as well. The links are down in the description. Thanks so much, and I will see you on the next one.